No way the Magic actually do this. There are several potential trade ideas being discussed in basketball circles involving the Magic, one for Sixers forward Kelly Oubre and the other for Hawks star point guard Trae Young. Now, this Trae Young rumor is not new by any stretch, but reports that his future with the Hawks are murky still persist. So, I'm going to break down the details of each of these trade proposals for you in just a few. But first, what's going on, Magic fans? It's your girl, Sam Rodriguez, host of Magic Digest. Welcome back to the channel and happy Friday, you guys. If you're new here, on the other hand, then do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. 67.5% of you are not subscribed, and we are trying to build this Magic community up as we get closer to the season. It is right around the corner, and the Magic are going to be so much fun to watch. So make sure you are locked in with us here at Magic Digest. All right. Now, before we get into these trade proposal details, I just want to go ahead and congratulate Germany for advancing to the EuroBasket finals, where they will face Turkey. Our guys Franz Wagner and Tristan da Silva had huge games today. They were the second and third leading scorers for the team. Franz finished with 22 points. Interesting though, 20 of his points came in the first half of the game, including a monster dunk in the first quarter. And he was knocking down threes very confidently, but he started to struggle in that second half, unfortunately dragging his percentages down with him a little bit, as you can see there. But that was so great to see from him, that confidence. Tristan da Silva was also really impressive today. He had 13 points in 19 minutes and knocked down 3 threes of his own. So like I said, they're going to go on to play Turkey, who pretty much worked Greece in the semifinal today. But they're definitely going to be a tough opponent. They have Şengün, Cedi Osman, Furkan Korkmaz, some familiar names from the league. That game is going to be on Sunday at 2 p.m. So make sure you're tuned in if you can, or just follow along with your favorite Orlando beat writers. On Twitter, they've been covering it there as well. But again, congratulations to Germany, and I hope that Franz and Tristan can replicate their performances from today and lead Germany to that championship. Okay. So let's get into this proposed trade for Kelly Oubre first. This trade would be for Goga Batadze. The justification there for Philly being that Joel Embiid is still very much a giant question mark when it comes to his injuries. So enter Goga for some security at that position. As for the Magic, I mean, Oubre would obviously be a nice piece off the bench, right? Last year he averaged 15 points per game, and he's got a nice skill set. I'm sure Magic fans would love to have a guy like this coming off the bench. But you guys let me know. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about Kelly Oubre and about giving up Goga. This would be a 1-year rental. Kelly Oubre is a free agent next year, and the Magic are already super expensive, as we know, over the next however many years. So they're not going to pay him. So this would be a let's see what we can do in the playoff situation. I do have a few concerns, namely his 3-point shooting. You can see there he shot 29% from three. He's not typically been a great 3-point shooter throughout his career. And this is something that Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report noted in his article about this trade. Though Oubre doesn't address the Magic's 3-point shooting issue, he would fit well into highly switchable defensive lineups with Banchero and Franz, and his slashing could keep opposing defenses on their toes when Orlando Stars are driving. So like I said, yes, I think it would be great to have a guy like Kelly Oubre with that skill set coming off the bench. But again, in addition to his 3-point shooting, another one of my main concerns with this trade is that Kelly Oubre's presence would definitely cut into Tristan da Silva's playing time. And given what he showed last year as a rookie in the face of adversity, the way he's been playing and the reps he's getting in EuroBasket, plus his 3-point shooting. I mean, especially if he can knock them down at the 50% clip he's been shooting in Euro, then I personally would want to give Tristan that opportunity, unless, of course, it isn't working, and we'll get there in a second. I would hate to see Goga go in this trade. Again, after watching EuroBasket and getting to see him play a little bit more in a different environment, of course, but you know, feeling a lot closer to these Magic players. Plus, I think the Magic need Goga at backup center at this point, definitely to start the season. for a good portion of the season. Actually, Jonathan Isaac doesn't seem too eager to play at center anymore. If you recall, he made some comments about his weight, about how he felt really sluggish playing at center because he went up in weight. And Mo Wagner is going to be out until at least January. So, I mean, that's actually almost perfect timing. Let's see how the situation plays out. Hopefully we get to see a little bit of Mo when he comes back. And if something is not working out here, then boom, you make this trade if it's still available at the trade deadline in February. So this is very much a wait and see situation for me. As for the Magic potentially trading for Trae Young, we've all seen this trade floating around on our social somewhere. I know he and the Hawks have not agreed to an extension, and multiple reports are coming out about his relationship with the Hawks being in question. Tim McMahon recently said something along the lines of them not being locked into a long-term marriage. So, of course, the mock trades are flying around. But I will be honest, I don't see this trade happening for either side. I don't really like it for either side. But the trade details are this, and I'm going to give you two of them that I've seen. The Hawks receive Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black, Wendell Carter, 3 first-round picks, 1 second-round pick. I've also seen a more recent mock trade where the Hawks get Suggs, Black, Jet Howard, and multiple picks. So in this version, we're just swapping out Jet Howard and Wendell Carter Jr. Obviously, that's a bit of a difference, and I would prefer the latter. But again, not really a fan either way. From the Magic's perspective, I think this just feels like a lot. If you were going to make a move for Trae Young, then I think it needed to be done before the Desmond Bane trade, after you gave up all those picks. I don't know if Trae Young is the needle mover, and to be honest, I don't know if the Magic view him as a needle mover. And while I understand the offensive impact of Trae Young, do not get me wrong. I mean, 24 points, and he's averaging 11 something assists, 11.6 assists for the Hawks. So he would most certainly open up the offense for Paolo, Franz, et cetera, et cetera. And just for some laughs, Dwight Howard agrees specifically that Paolo needs a point guard, which I think is funny. Somebody that can really give him buckets. And here's the thing. Do I think Paolo would benefit from a point guard like Trae Young? 100%. Of course he would. But does he need him? Absolutely not. Paolo was balling without one. And for one, we're finally going to get to see Jalen Suggs, Paolo, Franz play more than 12 games together. We're going to get to see Tyus Jones, a point guard who also averages a lot of assists, playing with these guys as well. So my biggest issue with this trade is obviously losing Jalen Suggs, though. He's arguably your best defensive player, and this just makes no sense to me at this point in time. All the Magic have preached about, all we've talked about on this channel is about the Magic's defensive identity, and that identity is what has made them successful. I mean, they were the second best defense in the league last year, right behind OKC. So I really don't like this trade at all. It cuts into the center depth chart in the version that includes Wendell. It also cuts into the depth chart. I mean, Anthony Black, let's just talk about him for a second. He is also an excellent defender. He's a pretty interesting piece, though. Sorry about that. If he can find some consistency offensively, then he could be very effective for the Magic. I'm obviously not likening his production to Trae Young in any imagination, but I just don't consider this a move that the Magic need to make. From the Hawks' perspective, I don't know what their situation is behind closed doors with Trae Young specifically, but given the moves that they've made this offseason, acquiring Kristaps, getting Nikhil, who else did they add? They added Luke Kennard. It seems clear to me that the Hawks are going to try and compete this season, especially with all the East in the shape that it's in, with all of the injuries to Halliburton, to Jason Tatum. And Trae Young actually seems like the perfect point guard for that team. So I don't think you decide to just switch from a completely offensive minded point guard to a completely defensive minded point guard And if in fact they are trying to compete this year, I don't see them trading their best player to their division rivals. So um, again, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this Trae Young situation. And if you think he's a needle mover, that's always the term you see being used. Do you see this as a move that the Magic should make? Do you see Trae Young as the piece that completely catapults this Magic team into championship contention? I would love to know what you guys think. And of course, make sure that you are subscribed to the Magic Digest channel. Don't forget to watch Germany on Sunday, and I will catch you guys next video.